I would like to start something which is a bit provocative to begin with, and that's something which is all about what we say humans. As human beings, we are predictably irrational. And I say so because majority of the decisions we are taking on day-to-day basis, by the way, on an average, a human being takes about 60-odd decisions, strategic, tactical, operational, on any given day. Majority of these decisions are being driven by gut, intuition, and many a times influenced by our friends, colleagues, and spouses. Imagine a situation which is happening today, that decision-making is being done by algorithms. And there is a dichotomy which is happening in the business and workforce spectrum. On the brighter side, we have proliferation of exponential technologies, artificial intelligence, blockchain, RPA, really pervading, getting ubiquitous and mainstream into the business arena. On the flip side, we have challenges today where the ratio of whom do you accept and whom do you reject in terms of the workforce for the new age technology is 1:28. The business mix of all the IT consulting companies is going through a tremendous sea change. 75% of mainstream business, 25% digital. In the next 3 years, this 25% mix will become 75%. Above all, the biggest situation today we have is a 4 million technology workforce. Only 15% of them are in the new age skills, new age technologies. If you look at this whole conundrum, I think there is an issue in the making which is so topical today, and that's why we say skilling in terms of the future of workforce under Industry 4.0 is a challenge. Let me pass on to Vikas to kind of help how this whole situations can be tackled in a larger scenario.
Thanks, Samir. So, while has been there in education for more than 200 years. So, educating is something we do very well. But the challenge we face is that education will only come in terms of knowledge, which was the traditional way of learning. So if you acquire knowledge in college, and you acquire skilling when you join a job, and that's the way it has been from last thousands of years. What has changed now is that you need a combination of both skill and knowledge, as many people in the past have also talked from the morning I have been seeing. So how do you get both knowledge and skill where the basic structure of teaching in a college is built around knowledge imparting? On the other side, you have a challenge that even if there is a set of people who will try to say, let me skill myself, is our recruitment system geared to take these people separately as compared to others who have only knowledge but not skills? So let me give an example. A teacher comes and teaches in a class how data structures work. Great, you know. You join your first job, you get a business problem. So a business problem is a contextual problem or a business problem. Knowledge is what you learn, but the business is not ready to now spend another few years with you and then say, okay, let's teach you step by step like the way they did in the past, and then skill you along as you learn. In that context, how do you bring these two parts of the puzzle together? So what Wiley did, because we were good in learning, we created a global innovation council. We had about 50 corporations, Indian and foreign, who came together, and we requested them, what are your learning needs for the next 2 to 3 years? Based on that, we were able to understand that not even 5% skill set requirements which they need 3 years from now are available in existing learning systems. And there is exact data to prove which we can share on a private basis. What it also told us was that if I need to bring skill and knowledge together, you need to marry it with the curriculum in the university, because I cannot go and change the university structure. So conceptual learning and contextual learning, bringing it together, is what we started to do when we started to work about the future of how education will work. So in doing that, what we created was the Wale Next solution, in which these 50 corporations gave us more than 3,000 case studies and business cases, which became the contextual learning of the platform, which has about 10,000 such business scenarios in it. So that is what we have tried to do, bringing them together. However, we tested it globally. In India also, it's worked fine. But we are facing a problem. And I need Samir help to define the problem.
I think the problem today, if you really look from a contextual to conceptual, is all about, you've got these new age technologies which are absolutely very topical. I think the body of the work in terms of the projects and engagements do not exist. And the biggest challenge in all these new age technologies is none of the two projects are alike. Now that's where we are talking about a whole scenario where contextual and conceptual learning is attempting to reskill the workforce in a larger format. And there's a way around how this can be done. There is a way around how this can be actually solved. Look at this whole challenge today. When we talk about RPA, we talk about automation, we talk about blockchain. The fact today is that behind, under the hood of all these new age technologies, the underpinning is artificial intelligence. There are a set of algorithms, there are a bunch of models which are running and changing the whole course in terms of decision making. And that's why Wale has taken a stand in terms of combining what we say, the curriculum, with the best of the use case studies.
Yep. So what we do in Wale Next is that we we keep the college learning where it is. We don't change that, we can't change that. But the student after the class can come inside the platform and start doing the contextual problems around it. The problems are all open-ended. No two people will have the same answer even if 500 people in the same class are attending the same problem. So the open-endedness allows things like design thinking, complex problem solving. So those skills start to embed as you start to learn in it. And that allows the scalability of something like that to happen, because the biggest challenge up till now has been, how do you scale something like this up? Our big challenge is the recruitment systems in majority of the corporations are not geared to take care of such kind of skills in terms of when they measure skills for freshers. And there is no two-tier system available for getting a premium for these kind of students. And I think that is where we face problems. It is not an Indian problem, it's a global problem. But we are trying to work and learn with the industry to make this happen.
I think what is important is let them see the video.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.